Dear students, the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance Part 2. In this video, let us discuss some important 5 mark questions from this chapter for final PUC exam. Question number 1. Write the silent features of genetic code. It is very most important question for final exam. For this question, we should write the points like this. The definition for genetic code is the group of 3 nitrogenous bases present in the structure of mRNA which codes one amino acid is called as genetic code. The first silent feature is genetic code is triplet. That means every 3 nitrogen bases only it acts as a genetic code to code one amino acid, so that genetic code is triplet in nature. The next feature, initiating codons. So AUG, it acts as an initiating codon in protein synthesis, and AUG have dual role in this. So AUG, it initiate translation process and also it codes methionine amino acid. The next feature, terminating codons. UAA, UGA, UAG. These 3 codons, it can stop protein synthesis. That's why these are called as terminating codons. The fourth feature is genetic code is universal because one genetic code, it always code one amino acid or same amino acid in all living organisms from bacteria to higher living organisms, so that genetic code is universal. The next feature is genetic code is non-ambiguous or specific. That means one genetic code, it always codes a specific amino acid only. The next feature is genetic code is degenerate. That means one amino acid, it is coded by more than one genetic code, because totally 64 genetic codes are present. In this 61 genetic codes, it codes 20 amino acids. So due to having of more genetic codes and less number of amino acids, one amino acid, it may coded by more than one genetic code. That feature is called as genetic code is degenerate. The next feature is genetic code is commaless, because in the structure of mRNA, genetic codes are present continuously without any gap. That feature is called as genetic code is commaless. And the next feature is genetic code is non-overlapping. That means in the structure of mRNA, genetic codes never present one above the other, and it is non-overlap in nature. So these are the silent features of genetic code. Question number 2. Explain the mechanism of translation or protein synthesis. The definition for translation is the process of polymerization of amino acids by peptide bonds based on the sequence of mRNA to form polypeptide chain is called as translation or protein synthesis. So ribosome is one of the cell organelle and it is the main site for protein synthesis. During protein synthesis, the process it always occurs from 5' to 3' direction by creating peptide bonds in between amino acids. So before translation, the inactive amino acids are activated by utilizing ATP energy, and these activated amino acids are transferred to a specific tRNA is called as charging of tRNA or amino acylation of tRNA. So the entire translation process it occurs in 3 steps. In this, the first step is initiation. So in initiation, the smaller subunit of ribosome, it is attached to mRNA, then it is followed by the attachment of larger subunit with the help of initiating factors at AUG codon. It is called initiation. The second step is elongation. So amino acids are linked with each other by peptide bond based on the sequence of mRNA is called as elongation. The third step is termination. The translation is stopped when the ribosomal complex it reach the terminating codons like UAA, UGA and UAG, and immediately with the help of terminating factors the process it will be stopped. It is called termination. Along with this, one more important point, UTRs. UTRs means untranslated regions. A small portion of mRNA present towards 5' end before initiating codon and towards 3' end after terminating codon. These are not translated, are called UTRs or untranslated regions. So these are the valid points for this question. Along with that, you should draw the diagram like this. And remember, it is a diagram having many amino acids in a sequence. So here in this diagram, so no need to mention the same sequence. And you can mention like the first amino acid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 like this. So that's enough for this. And remember, no need to mention the amino acid name in this diagram. Question number 3. Explain the concept of lac operon for 5 marks. The answer for this question is, in lac operon, lac refers lactose and lactose is the energy source for Escherichia coli bacteria, and these bacteria it convert the lactose into glucose and galactose by one of the enzyme. It is called beta galactosidase enzyme. In the structure of lac operon, so regulatory gene is called as I gene. This regulatory gene it codes a protein called repressor protein. So in the structure of lac operon, so promoter P gene it promotes gene expression and operator O gene it acts as a site for binding of repressor protein. And the Z gene it produces beta galactosidase enzyme. It converts the lactose into glucose plus galactose. The gene Y it produces permease enzyme. Gene A it produces trans-acetylase enzyme. So these are the different genes present in the structure of lac operon. So in lac operon, in the presence of lactose, the lactose it binds and the lactose it binds to repressor protein, so that repressor protein it never binds on operator and ZYA genes are produced. They can produce their respective enzymes. It is in the presence of lactose. In the absence of lactose, if lactose is not available to bacteria, at this time the repressor protein produced by I gene it directly binds on operator, so that the remaining enzymes are not expressed in the absence of lactose. So these are the valid points for lac operon concept. And along with that, you should draw this diagram. So remember, so I gene can produce a repressor protein. In the absence of inducer, so lactose acts as an inducer, and in the absence of lactose, this repressor protein binds on operator, so that the ZYA genes they never produce their enzymes. In the presence of inducer, it is a lactose. So lactose it binds on repressor protein, so that it never binds on operator. When operator is free, so ZYA genes can produce their respective enzymes like beta galactosidase, permease and trans-acetylase enzymes. So you should draw this diagram for this question, then only you will get full marks. The next question is, write the silent features of Human Genome Project. It is called HGP for 5 marks. The first valid point is, human genome it contains 3164.7 nucleotide bases. Each gene averagely it consists of 3000 bases, and dystrophin is the largest gene in human genome with 2.4 millions of bases. The next point is 30,000 genes are present in human genome. In this, 99.9% of nucleotides are same in all persons. So 50% of discovered gene function is unknown, and so less than 2% of genome it codes proteins only. A small sequence of DNA, it is repeated 100 to 1000 times in human genome. It is called repeated sequences. It make up very large portion in human genome. So chromosome 1, it is the largest chromosome because of more number of genes, like 2968 genes are present in the structure of chromosome 1. The chromosome Y is smallest chromosome with a few genes, like 231 genes in its structure. So these are the valid points for this. And one more important point, human genome has 1.4 million locations with single base DNA differences. These are called as single nucleotide polymers, simply called as SNPs or SNPs. So these are the valid points for human genome project. Question number 5. What is DNA fingerprinting? Mention its steps. So the DNA fingerprinting means the identification of an individual at a genetic level through samples of DNA is called as DNA fingerprinting. In human genome, the satellite DNA, it is having high degree of DNA polymorphism, and it is called variable number of tandem repeats, simply called as VNTRs. In this DNA fingerprinting technique, it includes southern blot hybridization using radio-labeled VNTR as a probes, and it includes following steps. The first step in DNA fingerprinting is isolation of DNA. Second step is digestion of DNA by restriction endonuclease enzymes. The third step is separation of DNA fragments by electrophoresis technique. And the fourth step is the transfer of DNA fragments by to nitrocellulose or nylon membrane. The fifth step is hybridization using labeled VNTR probes. And the sixth step is detection of hybridized DNA fragments probe by autoradiography. So these are the important points for DNA fingerprinting. The next question, it is a splitted question, question A. So draw a neat labeled diagram of transcriptional unit for 2 marks. So for this you should draw this diagram, and here 3' to 5', it is called as a template strand, and the 5' to 3' strand is called as coding strand. In the structure of transcriptional unit, it consists of promoter, structural gene and terminator. You should mention this labeling for this diagram. Next, splitted question B. So draw central dogma of molecular biology for 1 mark. So here it is a diagram for this. So DNA, it have a capability to produce mRNA is called as transcription. At the same time, DNA can produce DNA is called as replication. The mRNA can produce protein is called as translation. So this unidirectional flow of genetic information from DNA to RNA, RNA to protein is called as central dogma of molecular biology. It is given by Crick. It is for 1 mark. So the next C question. So draw a neat label diagram of tRNA molecule for 2 marks. So in this diagram, you should mention it is the amino acid acceptor arm and having 5' end and 3' end with unpaired CCA nitrogen bases. And it is the arm is called T-Cy-C loop or ribosomal binding loop. In between anticodon loop and T-Cy-C loop, an extra arm is present. At the bottom, it having anticodon loop. And it is the loop is called DHU loop or amino acyl synthetase binding loop. So you should mention all these labelings for this diagram. So in this way you get 2 marks for this diagram. It is very important. So when you write all these answers in this way, definitely you will get full marks. So in this videos we given the simplified answers based on scheme of valuation for final PUC board exams.